All right. Got what I need. All right, all right, all right. We good in the hood? Hell yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put this damn thing on the art stream. OG Nico, what's up, Tyler? Good to see you, brah. Good to see you, brah. Hold on. I think my other window has audio still. Eh. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. There was audio still. I'm a monster. I'm terrible. Wait, fake Nico. I can't see the mole on his face. You can't? I say the mole's there. Just it's small. He's very small. But Tyler, good to see you, by the way. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing happy, healthy, and well. Always a pleasure to have you here in the stream. The crew. Ow, cat! Why? Why did you jump that far for me? My cat just like freaking Johnny Tsunami'd me in the lap. Right into my balls. And it's like, bruh. Why? You didn't have to do this, cat. Ah! Good to see you, Brain. Welcome in, bro. A pleasure to have you here today. Welcome, welcome. You know, the fa, like that's, I feel that on a personal level because that was less than vibed. That was less than a chill moment right there for me. All right, but yeah, guys, welcome on in. We're currently working on some more art projects here today. We're trying our best to be productive, but also to be forward in all of our attempts at making things work. So, yeah, just trying to make things happen, ladies and gentlemen. Also, guys, happy Thursday, by the way. The cat knows karate. No, the cat knows wrestling moves, man. I'll tell you what. The cat just knows wrestling moves. And she's proud of herself, I think. The cat is proud of herself. But yeah, guys, happy Thursday, by the way. Hope you're all doing happy, healthy, and well. Welcome into another day of greatness and glory. We are planning on getting a lot of artwork done today. A mixture of personal assignments plus some projects and other things. Perla, good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you had a good time and a great day. Happy Sunday when it comes. You know, that's true, Tyler. You know, thank you for thinking about the future. Thank you for wishing me an upcoming Sunday. I'm gonna try to be good and epic about Sunday. So, yeah. Happy 5th day of the week. What's up, Brain Day? Good to see you, bro. Wait, 5th day of the week. Yes. Do you guys consider Sunday or Monday the first day of the week? I like to think Monday's first day of the week. I think there are some people out there who might say otherwise, but I think Monday is the first day of the week. Sunday is the first. I feel like Monday is like, for like 90% of the people of the world, Monday is when like you have to get ready to do things, right? You know, like Monday is just the day that you prepare for school and you hate it. You prepare to go to work and you hate it. You know, I think it's in my opinion, I feel like Monday is 110% the thing. Also, guys, by the way, fun thing as well. We are in the process right now of working to get our 2K milestone over on Twitch here today. So if you guys would like to help us reach those milestones, don't forget to come check us out on other platforms and help us reach those goals one day at a time, you know. It was originally Saturday. You know, I feel like there's definitely a group of people who think Saturday can definitely be the end of the week as well. What? Oh. All right, so we're gonna grab these guys here. Maybe. No. Hold on. Let's go ahead and we're gonna expand the path here real fast as we can, because we needs to. We gots to. All right. So then expand, and then we're gonna make you one big thing. All right. I think that should help us out here. 26 letter. Good to see you, bro. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to have you here today. All right, there we go. Do it like that. Now, I'd say Sunday midnight would be the start of the week. Sunday at midnight, huh? Crazy. Back when the memes were old, there was no AI work or generated content. We had human art. Now we have doubt. You know, Tyler, you're right. There is a great much doubt happening out there in the world. You know, the best that we can do is we just ask and saying, hey man, is this real? Did you as a human make this, or is this something else, you know? And whatever the answer may be, you just gotta say all right, you know, and hope that person is willing to be truthful in regards to all that stuff. So all right, so we're gonna send this into my boss man to officially get a nice little chance at doing something there. Give me 1 second here to put that in a spot, because I always forget that like I have to do a bit more hiding of my bits here. All right. I guess wanted to get your approval for this grazing zebra request I had. All right, I can't imagine this is not going to get approved, because like it's a pretty solid visual look there. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, there's green grass in Africa. No, not a lot, but it's green. It's green grass. Most of the time, human work is going to be Olympic sports. It's going to be an Olympic sport in the future. I mean, fun fact, Tyler, there actually used to be Olympic art. There used to be Olympic art back in the day. I think it went from like 1910 to like 1930s to like 1940s. After those, these are in the tail and try and balance the shape. They don't need to be. All right, we're gonna go ahead and real quick here. So I figured there was gonna be a little bit of a balancing situation there, but we'll figure it out. All right, here's what we're gonna do, chat. So just got a quick callback from the boss man, or not callback, but a request up here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab these here weeds. Father, why are you side-eyeing us? Because you all deserve the side eye. And I also just haven't taken the time to fix my camera. Here, let me help you here. Baboomba. Badabushka. There. Magic. Oh, wait. Hold on. Shooby shooby. Shooby shooby. Give me 1 second here, chat. Gonna try to do a thingy. Gonna try to do a thing that I should do. There we go. That should hopefully help out a little bit. I was trying to think like how I wanted to like make this one look and go, but all right, now I think we're good. Shooby shooby, yes. He wicked. All right, let me do a quick little adjustment here because my camera ain't looking right. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, camera need to be adjusted there real fast, and then we're gonna go ahead and flip. All right, I think that should hopefully give you guys a little bit better. Yeah, so don't you guys know that's my true face, the face of faces, you know. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna reflect this. So the goal real fast, chat, is we're gonna try to see about doing ourselves a little bit of a thing here. So we'll put it like right there, give or take. Right about there. Let's see. So that should hopefully balance out the shaping a little bit more. And then I'm thinking like one more weed about here. Transform, reflect. Yeah, we'll reflect it just a bit just to kind of help out here. All right, double check here. I think it looks good. I would put a few of those same weeds around the tail to try and balance the shape out just a little bit. They don't need to be as tall, but just a little bit of weight on that left side. Easy. Okay, cool, done. Just had to make a quick little miniature adjustment. Adjustment, chat. Okay, so we're kind of making this work out for ourselves here. So now, all right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do us a deletion because we don't need that as is. Actually, all right, let's reverse this real fast. All right, we're gonna group all that there. Boom. And then we're gonna go ahead and pathfind hiya in the back here. All right, so now we're gonna try to hopefully see about getting this to be a little nicer for us. Hopefully give it some much desired, much needed spunk. All right, that should hopefully do us what we want. So if we do it like so, and then compound release, boom. All right, so now if we do this, boom, pathfind, and then we're gonna go ahead and make you this color, that color. Okay, put some weeds in there. And then just a little bit of some spunk. All right, I think that should hopefully do us pretty good. I was a little bit on the concerned side, but I think we done got it. We done got it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so like in comparison to this to that, a little bit of some weight on the left here. Maybe not. Maybe I need to make it taller. I didn't think about it being needing it to be as tall, but I think some height would have definitely done it some good. Yeah, definitely like something along these lines here. And I'm thinking like just like a slight little tilt of this set of weeds here. Hi, Master. My Master, good to see you. Welcome in. Does Father like snakes? I do like snakes, actually. If I had more money and more time, I would definitely get a pet snake. I would definitely do pet snakes. I don't know why these are just floating dots. There we go. Yeah, just, it's not much, but it's a little something, you know, just to help out a little bit with that. So we're gonna dilute. All right, we're gonna do this one more time. Love baby snakes. You know, snakes are overall pretty cool. Like I like most snakes. For me, I don't find fear within snakes because I think like in a way like I am kind of curious about them and like how they do their stuff. But like I have never been really afraid of snakes in my personal world. What's up, Wonder? Good to see you. Thanks for coming on the purple side of the world. I gotta practice not saying the names of other platforms on stream chat because there's a whole thing where like the algorithm and even the programs don't like the streamer saying the names of certain locations. So it's like, oh. The guy who likes his plastic toys is here. What's up, Naps? Good to see you, bro. Welcome in. Hoping a good time and a great day. Thanks for being here tonight. Welcome, welcome. All right, put that there. Grab. Put that there in the back. All right, and now we're gonna hopefully not have an issue here. I wonder if it would be problematic if I didn't do that. I had a dream when you kissed me. Was disappointed when I woke up. Damn, imagine. You know, I'll tell you what. Sometimes, you know, I can be a heartbreaker even in dreams. You know, I'm not. I may be in your. All right, a little bit of some weeds there. Kind of help. I think that balances it out just a little bit. A little bit of extra grass trimmings. Wacha wacha. So I can see about that. All right, so that takes care of that there. Added some weeds. And I think that should totally ought to be fine. And then we're gonna leave that as alone and hopefully get some good volbs, get some good yays or nays on that one there. So hopefully. I wish I could pull up my chat window on my other monitor. That'd be real cool. But unfortunately, I'm not cool enough for that. Smash the like button if you love someone or yourself. Yeah. Smash the like button if you breathed today. If you blinked once, you have to smash the like button. Tis the goal. Tis what we need, chat. All right, we're gonna real quick here just slap that right there, and then we're gonna let that save for a moment. I'm smashing it. Damn. And also, I just want to thank you guys all for being here today, whether you guys are on the purple side or on the red side of the world. Thank you guys for just coming in on a lovely, amazing Thursday as we're out here doing what we can to hopefully get through some projects, do good for ourselves and with ourselves, and just we're gonna try to do cool things today, chat. Gonna try to do some cool bits and bobs tonight. So yeah, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to hopefully I'm watching on the orange side. Damn, you're watching on Nickelodeon? Crazy. I didn't know Nickelodeon had a streaming service. Real talk, chat, though, is like, does Nickelodeon even exist still? Like, like that, like actual question. Does Nickelodeon even exist? Because like I know it was big in like the early 2000s, but I don't even know if it has a network anymore, or if it like rebranded as something completely different. I'm pretty sure they rebranded. Can they? Milking that sponge for all it's worth. Ayo, you know, that's honestly pretty fair. All right, chat, so we just got this design approved, so now we're gonna make sure that things are feeling good, looking good, and hopefully not be too problematic at the end of the day. Nickelodeon still exists and is a threat to the big Mickey. Oh my god. I don't, you know, honestly though, low key, I don't think Disney gives a damn. Like, I think Disney is such a monopoly on other things. Like, the day that Nickelodeon buys like a major actor and makes like their own like movie, I think that's like the day Disney might be like, oh, we gotta bust their kneecaps. Could you imagine, guys, if like a TV network tried to, you know, get up all in the business of Disney? You know what's kind of wild, chat? If you would have told me like X number of years ago that Disney would own half of like the American movie market, I would say, bruh, it's just Disney Channel. But I was wrong. I was wrong. Because good God almighty, they mentioned each other and made fun of them. God. I mean, hey, if that's how it's gotta go, that's how it's gotta go, you know? I still like sometimes laugh at the fact that, like, you know, Disney is literally a global superpower in the entertainment industry, like for America at least. Like it's so baffling. Absolutely baffling. Ruined Star Wars. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I think Star Wars could have done really good, but like the executives that they chose, they threw around the story a little bit too much for me. I would love, you know, it'd be kind of wild. Imagine if like George Lucas invented a new segment of a timeline, like they go around and he basically like remakes the Rebel era of Star Wars. Like imagine like two versions of Star Wars, right? It was perfect until that rat came along. Yeah. It was perfect until the rat. Bro, force healing makes no sense. I mean, you know, there are some force powers that do it. I mean, technically force healing has always been a thing since like the older games, you know? Like even before Disney, like Star Wars had so many opportunities, had so many elements involving yeah, no, there's always been force healing. Qui-Gon Jinn fucking died. He couldn't do it. You know, honestly, I think I remember there was actually an interview with Liam Neeson talking about how like he saw like Rey getting stabbed in the belly by a lightsaber as well, and he's like, oh, she just walks away from that. That's bullshit. Could you guys imagine if Qui-Gon Jinn was allowed to live? I think if Qui-Gon stayed alive, I think there would have been a much more intense world. So why can Rey and do it in Kylo Ren? You know, plot armor. All right, we got grazing zebra there. And then gonna try to see if we can make this all beautiful and amazing. And amazing, bruh. What if I got silly? He's going silly, take him down. Yeah, I kind of like the camera with like a slight angle. Slight angles of the camera feels good to me. All right. Do I do a different angle? I'm trying to like figure out what angle I want this camera to be, chat. My apologies if I'm throwing you guys around. Oh, this font, it makes everything so goofy yet fancy. Well, Brandon, I'll tell you what, I mean, the font's cool, but God, can I not read it sometimes? Like, I can't read all the words. I have to like do a lot of word association whenever people do that kind of font. George Lucas had a better idea for the later films by bringing back Darth Maul. I mean, technically, if you think about like the way that they did Star Wars, the Clone Wars, like the cartoon series, that was a really fun universe. And I think if they would have done Dark Maul and Savage Opress, I think they would have had they could have had such an insane movie series where Darth Maul became like the current Sith Lord after he like they could have made an entire movie about Darth Maul and Savage Opress taking on Palpatine and then taking him down. And then it would be like the Galactic Republic versus the Clone Wars, you know? Or Galactic Republic versus like the Mandalorians. Like, oh, could you imagine if they found a way to bring back the, this is a better font? It's more legible, yes. Could you imagine if they brought back the Mandalorians in like the OG series, minus like, you know, Boba Fett? Like they could have done so much. They could have done so much movies if they would have been allowed to keep things going. What is going on here? Why are we? It wouldn't let me add there's a zebra. All right, so we got the grazing zebra done there. Great. Okay, now I need to go back over to this segment and series of a thing here. So Palpatine should have stayed dead. And how did the guy manage to even get a wife? I mean, if you think about it, like Palpatine was younger at one point. Like he wasn't immortal, I think. I don't think he was immortal. I don't remember like what the rule was for him, but like I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident he was not certain things. I don't know. All right, gonna pop that there real fast for my sake. Okay, cat, move. Thank you. All right, we're gonna really quick. I need to do a quick little size checkerino here over on that one. All right, let's see. So with the thing we're looking at, what is your height? Oh, for God's sake, black screen. Black screen. Black screen. 3.5 by 3.7 versus 3.3 by 3.5. So we need to, we actually need to bump you up by about a quarter of an inch, or yeah, by about a quarter of an inch. Let's see. So yeah, hold on, I gotta figure this out here. I gotta do me some finagling on the system here. Yeah, 3.5 by 3. Yeah, I think I need to do a little slight bump up. Why does it do that? I don't know why it likes to do that, where it likes to pretend that I don't have thing here. Yeah, 3.7. 3.7. And died to Nick Fury. I mean, you know, that's just how it goes at the end of the day, you know? That is just how it goes. All right, we're gonna go grazing. All right, I need to bump this thing up by 275. What's up, Electrifying? Good to see you, bro. Radio, good to have you in the stream. Long time no see. You'll be doing happy, healthy, and well. Pleasure to see you. All right, so now good to go there. 3.7 by 3.5. Okay, so yeah, we just gotta go. It's just the 275. Okay. All right, now we can do the thing. All right, and then 275 points, and that'll put me at 3.7 by 3.5. Great. All right, so that takes care of that. Booyah. Booyah. Huzzah. All right, now we have an official knowledge and understanding about like what we're doing here. 275 points. All right. Okay, so that takes care of that problem there. Grazing zebra. All right, epic. So that takes care of that there. All right. So now I need to double check, do a quick little thing here. Doing pretty good. Just been to the doctor, been just doctor appointments season, all checkups and been good so far. Been lurking from time to time when I didn't have time to chat. All good. Thank you for lurking, Radio. I appreciate that. My question is, who is even paying for the lightsabers? Obi-Wan and Anakin kept losing or breaking theirs. Well, I mean, if you think about it like this, like, I feel like in a lot of ways, like the Jedi considering like Old Republic era, they have to have a surplus of Jedi because of how many times with how many different students they have to train, and they already know how to build them, and they don't necessarily have to do the whole Kyber crystal, they don't have to do the whole Kyber crystal, hunt, you know. Methinks. All right. All right, and then 23551. What is this? Oh yeah, get that out of here. All right, cool. Lurker. They might have lightsaber insurance just for. I mean, you know, I bet you there's some guy who just sells medals to the Republic, and it's like, hey man, you want some lightsaber medal? Great, 5,000 credits per piece. And it's like, whoa, that's insane. I would like to live if I had to live during the Star Wars era. I would like to live during the Galactic Republic era, where it's like battle droids and the Galactic Senate, when it was actually a Senate. All right, so there we go. It's good to go there for me. All right, so now we're good to go there. I don't know why that took me a million years, but we got it. Rey just pisses me off because of her attitude. I mean, if you think about, like, that's just how Rey is. Like, Rey is just a very, Rey is just genuinely that's how she is, you know? Like, she's not gonna, like, she's a very, like, distraught lady. Very distraught. I don't know. I didn't, honestly, I didn't really like the Rebel era Star Wars, you know. I've always been a big fan of the Galactic Republic era Star Wars, you know, the Clone War era. Because to me, like, Rebel era was just so eh. Like, granted, like, I like the idea of, like, the Jedi, you know, but Yeah. I don't know. Not enough Jedi for me. Clone Wars peak. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Let's see, just. All right. So we're trying to do that. Get that there. Okay. General Grievous, the guy who soloed, I think, like 5 Jedi and died to having his lungs destroyed. I mean, you know, the coolest thing about Grievous is, like, you know, Grievous was such a weird and enigma style, like, person to fight, you know, because, like, I know there's like an actual like comic series depicting on like how Grievous became who he was, because like the funny thing is Grievous was never force sensitive. You know, Grievous was just trained with the lightsaber, and he was just really, really tricky with how he did his things. And then of course eventually he got his lungs crushed, or he got his lungs like bent, which caused him to have the whole coughing fits. I probably who like movie series because my tiny brain could not watch whole movies for plot, then wait for years for the movie's next episode. You know, honestly, fair. I'll tell you what, like, to me personally, guys, like, a movie series should be capped at 3. 3, I believe, is the magic number for any and all style of like series, because, you know, I think like if it gets to a certain point where like some movies are going to be like too lengthy, or they're inventing BS at this point, you know, because like Star Wars, for example, you could definitely get away with, like, with Star Wars, in my opinion, with how Star Wars is built as a universe. You can have the universe of Star Wars, but you can have 3 movies on 3 separate types of like things, you know, like, for example, you can have 3 movies about the Clone Wars, which they did. You can have 3 movies about the Rebel era, which they kind of did. Like, the way that Star Wars did their multi-series episodes made sense for the most part because of how expansive the universe is. Marvel, it kind of depends entirely on like how you look at it and like what hero you want to see. Like, for me, in contradictory situations, I love almost every single Spider-Man movie. And the way that Marvel did Spider-Man was interesting. Like, I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he did a very fun version of Peter Parker. Granted, he did a very like, oh my god, like hyper genius levels Peter Parker. But like, I still enjoy how Marvel did Peter Parker. But like, you know, Tobey Maguire, the GOAT, the OG Spider-Man, you know. I didn't really like Spider-Man 3 that much personally. Like, Bully Maguire was not my favorite. And then Andrew Garfield, you know, admittedly, I've actually not watched a full Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, but I did appreciate his style, you know, like them bringing back college Peter. Like, bringing back college Peter was really fun. Like, to me personally, the best form of Peter Parker has to be Daily Bugle apartment Spider-Man. And of course, Spider-Man with built-in natural web shooters. I don't like gadget Spider-Man. I don't know why. I just don't enjoy that part. All right, then. All right, so that takes care of that guy. So we're down to like last two. I like Japanese Spider-Man. That guy is not afraid to use his Second Amendment. You know, one concept that I love about Spider-Man is the fact that like all the time that Spider-Man has ever fought any of his enemies, the man has always fought everyone at 50%. Because all things considered, the only time that Spider-Man puts his actual like God-given strength into any of his battles is when he's like taking on a structure or taking on like a car or a building. Because like the man can literally bend metal with a single full power punch. Like in the latest, like in the Spider-Man where it was all three Spider-Man in the same movie, by the way, cinematic. I loved that so much. Like seeing Maguire, Garfield, and Holland on the same screen made me so... I loved it. I loved everything about it. Anyway, I like when like in the fight where Peter was fighting the Green Goblin enraged, that man was literally ready to put that man in the dirt. Street Fighter Honda Civic. Street Fighter Honda Civic, you know, good enough. I'll take it. I'll take that analogy. I will take that analogy. Why not? Street Fighter Honda Civics type. Damn. That's kind of, I don't know why that's funny to me. Hi, Digi. Good to see you, fantastic individual. By the way, Digi, just want to say, amazing work so far on your magazine person. Heckin' jealous. Heckin' loving your talent, girl. Always love what you do. Oh, also, guys, by the way, before I do the forget again, I would like to announce that we are going to officially be hosting our first Silver Lining podcast of the year. I am going to be hosting my first solo episode where it's going to be me, myself, and I on the screen, and we're going to be having a really cool time. If anyone here is in the Discord and would like to add we're going to be doing a solo episode, the theme being chasing change and self-improvement. Have a lot of really cool things, but what I was going to say was, if you guys are in the Discord and would like to ask any upcoming questions, we have an entire section for the episode there. So if you guys have anything you would like to ask, bada bing, bada boom. I am now twiddling my thumbs because Digi showed up. Oh yeah, no wonder. Be careful. Digi is like epic and hella insane. You know, they cool as hell. Anywho. By the way, Nico, you consider yourself a techwear-ish style VTuber? Yeah, I would say so. You know, if I didn't want to get sued by Disney and, you know, didn't want to say, you can't call yourself a Tron VTuber, bruh. Oh, damn it. That's a 3D model style one. I'll refund that to you, Digi. I forget. That's a 3D model. That's a 3D model toggle. 3D model toggle. What a tongue twister. Crazy. That was crazy. That's all good, bro. But yeah, But yeah, I'm really excited. I apologize, by the way, for all of my long-standing members of our community who have been like waiting and begging for a podcast episode. The reason I haven't done it this year is because the beginning of the year was just not really good for me in terms of like all digital stuff. So you want to be part of the study? Yeah, study me epically. I'll be studied. Dissect me. Rip me apart. Put my leg on the coffee table. Put my head on the rafters. Make me bits and bobs. Make it funny. Currently studying. Oh, yes. Oh. Also, guys, by the way, I just want to apologize yesterday. I did plan initially to do Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5 on release day, but because my wife was coming home and I didn't know when she was going to want me to pick her up from the airport, I could not do a full episode. So, Super Stream Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be doing a full-blown playthrough of Poppy's Playtime Chapter 5. We're probably going to finish it on the one run and just make it a super big day of streaming. So, I'm excited about that. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So, hydration station. Imagine hydrating a streamer. Couldn't be me. Also, guys, fun thing as well, we are also currently attempting to do, we are officially declaring our 2K follower milestone push here on the Purple app. So if you guys have not done so, do not be afraid to consider following us over on the Purple app. That way we can hit our goals for the year, because yeah, I'm gonna be trying really hard to make, I'm trying to do really hard to make more dedications to other platforms that I've been working on, because I'm really trying to I'm trying to make sure I can grow on more platforms besides YouTube, you know? How's her vet school going? Honestly, vet school's going really good. She just came back from a 5-day conference. I was alone on Valentine's Day, chat. It was, you know, being single on Valentine's Day is one thing, but being alone on Valentine's Day when you're married sucks. It makes you feel sad. Yeah, nah. It just makes you feel something. But yeah, no, she is back. She is back in action and is back in the world. So I like Gurren Lagann. That's a good one. I haven't seen Gurren Lagann in a long time though. I have not. Shibby-doo. Could have spent the day with Naps, just saying. I mean, you're right. You're right, Brandon. But I'm pretty sure Naps is like on the other side of the world for me. So like by the time I got to Naps, I would 100% miss Valentine's Day. And also money. You know what's kind of wild, chat? If I had the money to do it, I would totally do an iShowSpeed. I would do like an IRL get together thing, and I would love to do another like meet the fandom, especially in Europe, because like I think like a good 70% of my YouTube audience is 100% in Europe, or at least somewhere across the pond. Like I did do a fan meetup a couple of years, or last year. Psych. Last year I did a fan meetup over in Las Vegas, and I met some bros. That was fun. Got to hang out with a couple of the fans and say hi. And it was good. It was fun. It was really good to say hi to you guys, to say hello to people, you know? Like I would love to one day be cool enough to do a convention and say, hey guys, boom, I'm Cooler Daniel. Also, Beauty, good to see you in the stream. Hoping a good time, an amazing day. Welcome into the everything. Also, can I? Oh, man. I'm going to try to do a lot more collabs this year, chat. Towards the end of the year, I kind of fell off on my collab effort, but I did have a lot of fun. I do have a Sea of Thieves collab that I'm trying to organize with a man named Wolf and Liana, their wife. Trying to get a really cool, really epic, Sea of Thieves thing I gotta bug you, Digi, and see if we could like get something together and have a bit of fun. Hi, am I the only one in your fandom that's in Louisiana? That at least has been publicly stated? Yes. Because as of right now, I know I have fans in Denmark, Europe, Norway. What did I say? No. Let me restart. I lost. So in the US, I know I have Las Vegas fans, Louisiana, Florida, Montana, not Montana, Wisconsin. Definitely along the East Coast and some California. Am I the only one that likes Gundam? Oh, I love Gundam Wonder. Gundam is cool. Gundam's pretty epic. One of these days, I need to look at my VTuber group and be like, there actually is another person that I would love to maybe get involved with to see if they would like to do an interview as well to talk about like their world. Shame you don't own any. Yeah. Fun fact, Wonder. The reason why I don't buy Gundams is it's not out of lack of money. Cause like literally if I used my YouTube payout money, I could buy a $100 Gundam every month and, you know, make that into a gunplay stream or gunplay stream. But like the reason why I don't buy figurines anymore, it's mostly just because I know that if I buy a figurine, I'm gonna have nowhere to put it, and it's mostly a self-control situation. It's mostly a self-control situation for me. Check something here. If we do meet, brown hair and glasses and freckles. Oh man, that's awesome. Freaking love glasses. Also, guys, I know I've said this a lot. I've said this like every other week, but I just would like to appreciate you guys for allowing me to, thank you guys for having a very positive reaction to our face cam situation / face cam moments. I know you guys, I was afraid that I was going to have a lot more people like, ew, the immersion is ruined. I can't handle the face cam. Like, and I'm not saying that to be mean, but I'm saying that like there have been people in the past who have heard me wanting to do face cam stuff, and it's like they get very evil about it, very, very rude in a lot of ways. You can always just buy one big one, but not recommend it because of it being really expensive and small, delicate parts. You look like an uncle. Yeah. You know, Chad, speaking of uncle, I would love to get this model reworked and re-updated a little bit to try to like, because like, I'm not gonna lie, chat, between the chibi model and this model, I do like this model more aesthetically, but I like the chibi model because the chibi model has more flow and rhythm, you know? Like I want, the hard thing is, right, is like I have officially lost the ability to afford and save up for a new model type for the next couple of years. Like unless I had like really god tier payouts or I got really, really good at spending less money. The one of the biggest things is like I would love to get the big model updated, man. Like I would love big model updated, just because like, you know, a lot of my growth has been a mixture of like YouTube shorts and also using the chibi model, because like the chibi model has definitely been a huge success. Too realistic and it distracts me. I mean, to be fair, this model is technically a little bit more proportionate in comparison to the chibi model being as it is. shells. Huh. But I understand that, you know. You know, like one of the biggest things, like as a VTuber, you know, it's like VTubers have the ability to change themselves up as often or as little as they would like. And it's very apparent that, you know, when a VTuber decides to modify their model or modify like their visual aesthetic, you know, there are a lot of, there's no difference. When a VTuber like changes their aesthetic, it's the biggest thing is like change. Like I think Digi was actually talking about this on their stream yesterday, and it's about the whole thing about like how you know, we gotta be very careful about changing our brand too much. You know, like for me, ladies and gentlemen, it is I have in my eyes a very established aesthetic. You know, I like to think that I have a very established visual look amongst myself, my peers, and anyone who happens to be a member of our community. You know, like you guys, like I want you guys to look at my models and say, oh yeah, that's a Nico model because of this. How are the people on purple? I know they can't see this. Well, actually, Beauty, they can. I have a chat box available on the purple side that shows YouTube, and I have a chat box on both monitors that shows everyone talking. So like when you guys say hello, purple can see it, and when purple says hello, you guys should be able to see it as well. Unfortunately, purple is still my least active platform for various reasons and purposes, but yeah. You just realized something? What you got? What do you realize? Also, I just realized something. I gotta do a quick little thing here. When I look at your model's chest, for some reason I see nipples. That's funny. I haven't heard that kind of thing in a hot minute. I have not heard that in a long time. Yeah, no, thankfully there is none of that stuff on there. There is none of that stuff on there. And then we're gonna go over here to panel 2. There we go. Those are some very straight nipples. Crazy. They look like a dark wall. Wild. All right, cool. If there was, YouTube would ban you. YouTube doesn't like that kind of thing. I mean, the technicality behind it. So like what's really wild, chat, right, is that there is a very strict attire clause when it comes to like how VTubers and how creators are allowed to showcase their bodies, because obviously, you know, there are like, there's a thing where it's like, you know, women have, you know, breast, and you know, they're not gonna get ostracized for, you know, having breast. But you know, there's a lot of like, it's a weird like wishy-washy back and forth problem. You know, you're making chicken nuggets? Hell yeah, Wyatt. Congrats on that. Love some chicken nuggets. Yeah. Chicken nuggets. Bro, I figure, chat, I love chicken nuggets. Oh, speaking of chicken nuggets, chat, I saw a really funny thing yesterday actually over on TikTok. Apparently some dude, some bro, actually sued Buffalo Wild Wings for those who do not know, is a chicken wing restaurant and sports bar here in America, and they so what's really funny about that is they actually someone sued a chicken wings place because they said that boneless wings are not wings. They are quote unquote adult chicken nuggets. And I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, when I heard that, I thought to myself, yo, that's actually kind of gas. Like, although I've seen some crazy VTuber girls that mostly show their cleavage, I'm surprised they don't get banned or demonetized. Yeah, Beauty, unfortunately, it's a lot harder for VTubers because they claim it's the artistic, it's art, versus it's actually like purposefully showing people, like showing like nudity. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like when I say that there are some VTuber women out there who do show like borderline boob, and the only reason that they're not in trouble is because they don't show a nipple, you know? Like there's a lot of situations where like the VTuber attire is such a constantly it's a crazy thing, like how much VTuber attire gets away with it, you know? Like some people are genuinely not trying to, you know, push the envelope, and other people, they'll do crocodile tears like, no, you can't ban me, it's just my model art. Meanwhile, they're over here showing like borderline breasts, and it's like, bruh, like y'all know what you're doing. Like VTube, like a lot of the VTubers who get banned for a lot of VTubers who do get banned for attire issues, some of them are justifiable and reasonable, but also it's the responsibility of a VTuber to pick and choose how and what they are showing themselves as when it comes to the you know, the appropriate attire for a live stream, you know? And that's why like Twitch has had such a hard time with female VTubers, is that like it's really hard for them to say, hey, by the way, this is not appropriate, you know? And like the unfortunate double standard is like, you know, with male VTubers, they don't get as much scrutiny as I feel like they should. Like for me, chat, I don't want to go on a stream and see a shirtless dude kind of just like shrimp sitting on a chair, you know? Like I don't care if it's a guy being shirtless, but I just like, I like to think that streaming etiquette and streaming attire should be semi-casual, like you would want to, like something that you would wear at a restaurant in a public setting, you know? Like I saw a thing with Jinxie the other day with a bunch of his clips, like where the man is bald, shirtless, and just doing the most, like, in my eyes, inappropriate stuff, you know? Like and it's hard because like for men, you know, the societal norm is that it's okay for men to be shirtless. It's okay for men to not have to have a shirt, which, you know, that's a whole other thing. But you know, wear what you'd wear around your family on your model. I mean, that too is fair, but also that people just like to push the envelope. You know, people just really like to push the envelope, and it's unfortunate, you know? I know a guy who likes Gundam but doesn't know what one to get. I gave him his recommendation. He got the worst one that I didn't recommend. I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta fill up the collection. But yeah, chat, for me personally, like the reason why like I sometimes get really like nervous with face cam stuff is like I am not going to ever, I don't like doing shirtless. Even if I had my, like, even with my VTuber model, chat, I will never do a shirtless VTuber model. Cause like to me, chat, you know, I've made it a big thing for me to never grow based on sex appeal, you know? Because like to me, chat, growth via sex appeal, for the most part, growth via sex appeal is obviously like, you know, anyone can do it, anyone can do their thing, but like I just feel like for some reason, like for me, I feel like it would bring about the I would feel like it would bring about some very disgenuine fans, because, you know, I don't like gooners. I don't like goon fans, because gooner fans are in a lot of ways like over the top in a way that just would make me feel uncomfortable, you know? And obviously, like every creator has those kinds of fans who, you know, they simp, they come to you simply because the model looks hot, looks sexy, and then it leads to like parasocialism, you know? Like I've made it a goal of mine to never use sex appeal if I can help it to grow as a creator, because I want people to come to my models, my streams, because they like my model, they like my videos, they like my content. Like, I want people to like me for who I am, not because of their like nefarious or, you know, weirder ways, you know? Because again, it's very wild. It's very insane, you know? And I know, and I apologize for anyone who might be feeling like a little bit uncomfortable about that certain topic, you know, but nevertheless, though, I think like just VTubers have like a really weird thing, because like I feel like a lot of people will see a VTuber and will feel less guilty of doing like more parasocial attitudes towards a model, because, you know, to them it's just a character. And I feel like nowadays too, have I heard of Gavis Beatles? I have not. I feel like VTubers nowadays have respectfully broken away from the pure character style models to where they are nothing if not I feel like VTubers have broken away from the hyper role playing situation. And I know there are some VTubers out there who will never break away from like their characters and all that, and like their models, and I respect that, because like that takes a lot of effort to be 100% anonymous. 100% anonymous. Yes. I think it takes a lot of effort in order to, you know, truly and genuinely be to be your character, your VTuber, in both name and in identity, you know? And admittedly for myself, you know, I think the reason why I don't consider myself to be a committed individual when it comes to like my personal attachment to my model and my brand is because like I started off as a different brand. I started off as a face cam streamer, which, you know, for a lot of people is taboo in the older days of VTubing. And, you know, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy and very, very content with how I represent myself as a content creator, you know? And I'm trying, like, one thing I'm going to be a lot better about is, like, I want to, one day I want to be really, really good about how I showcase myself on stream, whether it's on videos, on so many things. Because like at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I just want to be, I want to be better. I don't know how to put it into words, right? I want to be better representing of what I feel like is my most 100% genuine self on stream, you know? So back in the day, there were RG, which is real grade, was released. They had one whole plastic frame, which was kind of good at the time, but had a lot of issues. It was fragile, and when you pose it over time, it loses. It gets loose. You combine it with a Gundam that transforms, is not good, and the Zeta Gundam transforms. When you transform it, you have to be careful because the parts are so small and delicate. Damn. I've never seen you earlier VTuber days. I've never seen you earlier cam days. Yeah, no, earlier, like my earlier cam days started back in 2020. And you can see how I used to look back in like my oldest shorts over on the Red platform, because you know, they my older face cam days were very experimental, because I did not stream efficiently. I did not stream efficiently back in the day. I was very much a stream only because of I streamed mostly because I wanted to have an escape from my desk job that would allow me as a person to do as much content as possible without feeling like I was trapped. Because at the time, you know, it was really hard to, you know, go out there and, you know, collab with other people, because the people that I was surrounded with at the time were very like flaky in terms of like their desire to grow as a creator and to make more content, to make more stuff. And, you know, I had a lot of fun back then, but I just didn't like how I looked at the time. And unfortunately, during COVID, I went into absolute complete shut-in mode. I, at one point, chat, didn't leave my house for an entire month. I was pale. I was probably underweight, and I didn't exercise much at all. And granted, now I have not really done much better, but I get out of my house and I'm trying to work out more. Speaking of, I should do push-ups here in a minute. And yeah, there's a lot of parts to that, you know. There's a lot of like things that I've done in my days as a streamer, you know. Yeah, my old days as a live streamer were very ugh. Like I just didn't like my quality back then. And my microphone quality, my face cam quality, all those things were heavily oofed around, much to my dismay. So yeah, it wasn't fun. Was not fun for nobody. Stop being those lonely male anime protagonists. Oh yeah, and like I said, there was a moment in time where that was genuinely my shtick. That was my problem. I had a really bad hygiene issue. And I wasn't single. I was still dating my wife at the time. And you know, that's how that went, but yeah, no, like I know very well, like, I was not very good about my own self back then. And, you know, I look back at it now, right? And the biggest thing is, like, I did have a moderately intact and a moderately expansive community back in my facecam days. And I've always wanted to be a modified appearance person, a different character for VTubing, because, you know, for me, I remember there was this streamer, his name was like Manny something, and he was he had a really funky 3D model of a dog on camera. And like, for some reason, whenever I would watch the streams or his clips, the way that those clips just resonate with me just hit something in my brain a certain way that made me say, oh my God, how can I do this? And I downloaded various softwares that could turn me into different types of models and different types of things, you know. And you know, I learned a lot about how I learned a lot about how I could do certain things as a creator, and it was very interesting, you know, like learning how to be a VTuber back then when it was like not popular and the technology was not as like intense, admittedly, but like it was wild, you know. The list of VTuber girls I've met: Tena Fillion, aka Fillion, her mom, and then I can't remember the names of the other ones. Oh, Cha-Cha, yeah. You know, I'll tell you what, you know, I feel like I need to be a lot better about supporting more people and saying hi to more content creators, because like I feel like unfortunately I am just very bad about raiding. I don't know why I've lost my touch with raids, because unfortunately, chat, I don't like raiding when I'm the only viewer in my Twitch chat, because like for me, guys, it is so, what's the word I want to use here? For me, it feels so bad whenever I'm like getting ready to stream and I'm only like raiding to like one person and it's like poof, you know? Can you give me a random name? Bartholomew. What's up, Light? Good to see you. Welcome in. Hoping a good time and a great day. Thanks for being here. Is Fillion... Wait. Is Fillion even considered a free tuber? A VTuber? Is Fillion even considered... Oh yeah, no. Fillion is a VTuber. 100%. She's a 3D VTuber. She would be considered a 3D VTuber. And you know, Fillion is definitely a very like unique case when it comes to like the VTuber category, because like the style of content that Fillion showcases and creates is a very like unique thing to her brand and all that. How are you? I'm doing really good today, Light. We're just chilling out right now. And also, I finally fixed the chat box. I apologize for it not working. But yeah, she's a very high energy, high involvement style streamer, but she's also a very good streamer in regards to like how often she engages with other people, you know? Because like in a lot of ways, chat, in my personal opinion, a VTuber is an individual who uses an avatar or an alternative style character to represent themselves or as a model, you know? What's my max views? Light, I would say for me, the highest that I've ever had concurrently in one run for like more than 30 minutes was like 70. My highest stream ever though would probably have to be back when I streamed Skyrim. I had 125 people. That was my highest view count. The OC doesn't look like Bartholomew, but I already wrote it, so I guess that's her name now. Oh, it's a woman? Well, you should have said it was a woman, Brain. I would have said Melinda if it was a woman. But yeah, like one of my biggest goals this year, chat, I have a lot of goals for my YouTube, right? Like goal number one is I want to become a more proficient streamer and earn a higher viewership average on my live streams, right? Roy-chan, good to see you. Welcome in. Cause like for me, I want a higher viewership average on my live streams because I've already gotten great averages on my shorts and other content, but I want my viewership to be better when it comes to my live streams. Like I want to have 10 plus viewers on average, because like I'm already getting like 50,000 views a week when it comes to like my shorts, which I'm very thankful for and very appreciative of, mostly because of my content and my ability. Well, maybe not 50,000, but still, like in the past month alone, I've had 200,000 views, which is honestly awesome. Like YouTube wise, I'm doing great, but I want to be more proficient on my live stream side, and I need to be better about learning how to do that. And I want to be better about making that a thing for me, you know, because yeah. But yeah, like I'll tell you guys what, I'm so thankful that I've been able to earn like some degree of an uptake with my content creation, because I'm not gonna lie, chat, I think it was, what was it? I think it was 2023 actually. You can also consume some gaming content if you're comfortable. Oh yeah, right, John. Roku, I do gaming content, just not at this time of the day because of my job. And also weekends are typically more of our all day gaming. But we do gaming content every day, just not at this time of the night. Sea of Thieves and all that stuff. But yeah, like I really wish, I kind of wish I could low-key have a night job, because I would love the ability to stream gaming during this time of the day, make content with you all, be involved, be present with everybody, and then when gaming happens, or like when a night comes along, I just make money, come back home, sleep, wake up, and game again. Like, I would much rather change that.
My favorite quote from Gundam: "It's not easy to admit to the mistakes of our youth." Char Aznable.
Nice. That's a good quote. That is a good quote indeed, actually. I like that one. I'll tell you guys what, speaking of like mistakes from my youth, I definitely will say this. I started streaming in the worst, I started streaming the wrong way, you know? I wish I could join the D&D stream, but I couldn't get to Twitch. There's been a chance for viewers to join that game. Was there a chance? Unfortunately, I don't do viewers joining D&D streams anymore. We've had some negative issues about that. I've had a max views on Twitch about 2 or 3, but on TikTok on a reel I've had 900 max. Hell yeah, bro. That's awesome. But yeah, like the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that like I need to be better about making more content and making more streaming based situations. So like I need to make more videos. I need to honestly get on TikTok Studio more and try to get on those areas, because honestly I feel like TikTok has been giving me a lot more love lately, and I'm just not very good about doing it, you know. I gotta re-download TikTok Studio. Yeah, because TikTok Studio, like, I don't like how TikTok Studio works, and I don't like that the programs don't push your content out if you're not using it more. Just stuck on YouTube and I'm restricted to YouTube. You're stuck on YouTube and you're restricted. Oh, that's all good, beauty. You know, that's how it goes, you know, and like I try my best to make sure that I can be as involved for you guys on as many different platforms as possible, because I like giving you guys access to views, to content, and you know, it's fun for me to, you know, put myself out there on as many different places as possible, because like I want to become a full-on content creator. You know, I certainly got the TikTok, debating if I should post on there too. I mean, TikTok is good, you know, as long as you're safe with what you post and how you post. And of course, there's no guarantee that you're gonna, you know, get anything, but you know, gotta try out. Gotta try it out one way or another. Gotta try it out. But yeah, no, I've been doing this kind of thing for years, and you know, unfortunately, I decided to get serious about it way too late. Like, it took me way too long to officially, you know, understand what I need to do as a creator to be like, hey, I'm doing awesome stuff now, you know? But yeah, my goal right now, chat, I'm gonna try to do what I can to get as much stuff done as possible, be productive, be an amazing content creator and a good streamer overall. So I don't really care if I get popular or famous. I feel seem like art. Oh yeah, I mean, the more popular you are, the more people who will eventually will see your stuff, and it's like, hey. You know, for me, chat, I originally thought I was gonna try to become bigger with my art streams, but you know, my art streams have just become more of a my art streams are becoming bigger and better, you know. I'm trying to just be better about things, you know. Un secundo, chat. I'm trying to see if I can. I'm trying to like see if I can fix something here, chat. My apologies. Trying to see if I can potentially do me a thing. Be a lot cooler if I could. Oh, ooh, that could be a thing actually. Hold up. This might be I might be cooking here, chat. Stand by. I just got basically Pillable Eraser. It's just like putty. I can't stop making silly shapes with it. Hell yeah. Where in the H? Stand by. I'm trying to see if I can like make this all functioning and such. I had an idea. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. I forgot. I always forget virtual cameras exist. I always forget virtual cams do exist for some reason. All right. The one thing I don't like about TikTok Studio is like how annoying it is. You know, like it's such a weird, problematic thing. Let's see here. Add source. There we go. No. Why? Let's see here. See if I can't do this here. Can I rotate you? Flip? Okay, there we go. Yay. All right. Awesome. Hoo-ha. Huzzah. You're gonna say every one of your favorite quotes from Gundam in text-to-speech? Hell yeah. Get after it. All right. I completely forgot about I always forget about virtual camera. All right, we're gonna go live, and then VTuber doing VTuber things. Oh wait, no, actually, I do want to do one quick little blob here. I'm currently like I'm trying to go live on TikTok to see if I can go live on TikTok without things exploding. And I think I can do it. I just gotta remember like how the hell to make it happen here. All right, we're gonna go full screen on Twitch. Watch full screen on Twitch. Link in bio. All right. There we go. I had to kind of like make that function a bit better for me. Okay, there we go. Mr. Krabs. All right, and then we're gonna go. Doing VTuber things. Should I go to silly jail? Maybe. All right. 1080p, 6K bitrate. Good. I had to make sure there wasn't anything like going stupid here, but we got it. All right, now we're officially live on TikTok because I've actually been curious of whether or not I would be able to actually like do this without my my OBS glitching on me, because I haven't done this in a while. You know, I haven't done a TikTok stream in a hot secundo. So I also just don't like how I just don't like how TikTok does stuff, man. Like TikTok always out here be doing some of the most like ridiculous and insane things, you know. Actually, where's my phone? Give me 1 second here. I need to confirm a really dumb thing there, you know, to try to make sure things are all reasonable and lovely. Oh, computer. How dare you? How dare you, computer? Yeah, it's funny. You know, I think people would actually use TikTok Studio more if they actually had a system that worked, you know? Like that's my big thing. Like I think people would actually use TikTok Studio a lot more if it was legitimately a real thing. Okay, we're good. We're square. Another thing too is like I don't like how like the audio thing is always like buggy in my opinion. Jesus Christ, it's so fucking loud for no reason. Yeah, like the audio levels do not make sense on TikTok. Like how loud the music is like does not make sense to me. Gotta like lower the thing down to like 8%. Okay, I think we're good now. Like the fact that I gotta put like the speaker volume down to like 3% just for it to work. That is, to me, insane. Yeah, TikTok Studio's dumb sometimes, man. Tell you what. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be a lot more active on TikTok and try to actually get some opportunities to actually do my thing because rah. All right, anywho, doop boopity doop. Okay, so we got this design here. Overall, I think we're gonna get this thing done pretty well if I can be nice and reasonable and awesome to the max. I'm actually kind of glad I got TikTok Live back though, so I'm very glad I got TikTok Live back. Like after years upon years of being falsely banned, I'm glad to see that I finally got my my business back. You know, I got my things. I just gotta be on TikTok more and just, you know, make myself present. I gotta make myself more present on TikTok more often. So. All right, so we got that. Bada bing. All right. Bro's come back from being exiled. Bro, I'll tell you what. So like I actually got quote unquote perma banned from TikTok back in like 2022 because I played Baldur's Gate 3. Actually no, I played Lethal Cup with a good friend of mine, and we got banned by a troll who was like, "Oh no, this person's doing X content." I'm like, "No, not at all true, believe it or not." And yeah, I got smoted for many years, and I could never, and the hard thing is I could never get TikTok to get a human to look at my content. That's the big thing. I could never get TikTok to actually look at my content as a human, and that's what really like bothered me. Oh God.
Acknowledge them and take what you've learned to move on.
Jesus.
That is the privilege of being a man. Full frontal. The only thing you can change about the past is how you feel about the present. Lacan stratus peace is an illusion that keeps the weak comfortable.
Goodness.
But I am necessary chaos. Tries Kushranada. When you run, you gain 1 by not losing, but if you move forward, whether you win or no, there's 2 things you gain: experience and pride, not to mention trust. Suletta Mercury.
Damn. That's a big old thing there, bro. Hell yeah. Okay. Anywho. All right, so on the upside, I can officially declare that my TikTok is working. There is no lag spikes. There's no oof situations. So honestly, I'm okay with this. We are now triple streaming. We now have 3 chats in one spot, which honestly, totally fine. I'll take as I can, you know? All right, bada bing, bushka, haha, ya, har, hardy, har. All right, so we've gotten that there as needed. And then doubly checking here. My honest reaction to the quote. What can I say? All right, so I need to look at 165.26 is the magic number here. All right, and then so we're gonna go down over here, grab everything. 170 on the height. And if you guys are joining in for the first time today, welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. Whether you guys are on the red, purple, or what color is TikTok anyway? I don't even know like what the official like, because I don't know. Never thought about that actually. Never thought about that until recently. I'm like, okay. What shall we call? We already have purple on red side, and the neon side, the black side, the exalted, the exiled side. You know, honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say on that front. You know? All right. So, you need to double check here one more time. So, oh wait, 165 on the width. Psych. So the width needs to be adjusted here. 170. But yeah, if anyone would like to help us to grow over on the TikTok side of the world, do consider smashing some likes. Don't forget to share the stream. That way we can hopefully get some more attention and love on the streams, because I want to do what I can to grow, you know? You know what's kind of wild though, chat? I swear to God, the day that my TikTok side and my Red App side gets bigger and better out of nowhere, that's the day that I'm just going to be like, there's no shot. There's no way. You know? Like, at that point, I would, not gonna say I would give up Twitch, but I would definitely be very salty on how Twitch would treat me, you know? All right, so we're looking at 118.8 for the height here. So this guy, we're gonna go ahead and just modify it slightly. Up a point. And literally just 118.8 is the magic number here. 118.8. Also, guys, by the way, there is not going to be a night stream today, as I do need to go out and make some side hustle money, as I haven't done that in a while, and I need to get a lot of stuff, a lot of things. So, gonna be doing a lot of bits and bobs there. All right, and God, this thing, I don't like how this design always like takes so much out of me. This design always likes to be hella insane. All right, so we got that looking good. I wonder why my TikTok studio just has like the worst apprehension of like how loud things are. Like the levels just never make sense to me on TikTok. Always been just so over the top. I'm not moving stuff. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm gonna move Wonder. I was just saying in a facetious format that like I've watched other platforms that I've done like side visitations on, and it's like, oh, it's like I'll do my work here over on like TikTok, and then I'll witness my TikTok blow up and get so many more views and people saying hi and what's good, and then meanwhile I'll get like nothing. And to me, like, it really sucks, you know? It really sucks when I'm over here trying to you know, do better as a creator, and I'm over here just like getting constantly messed around with. Like it's weird, you know. It's weird having other platforms do better when platforms that I've committed my heart and soul on have been so ridiculous, you know. Let's see. I can like find a quick thingy here, chat. I apologize. Am I a grown boy? I'm probably a grown boy. All right, we're gonna just do that, and then let's say 14,000 here. Add. I do like the source thing that they do have. Like, it is kind of cool seeing that. Okay, cool. Also, chat, freaking almost 14,000 followers on TikTok. Like that to me is insane. That to me is honestly wild and insane how this stuff like tends to work, you know. Unk Nico, imagine lumping me in with an unk. Couldn't be me. That's crazy. Wild even. All right, if I can make this thing be happy, amazing, and wonderful. Oh, Jesus. Unka is better than Unk. I feel like Unka is like a, I don't know, certified Unk. Imagine. I mean, I feel like I become a certified Unk once I hit like 30. Like once I hit like 30, I think I'm allowed to be considered an Unk. You know, I'm in that like really annoying grace period where I can still kind of hang out with the cool kids, but yet at the same time it's like 2 and then updated size. I have more questions from Gundam. Iron Blooded Orphans. You know, I had the opportunity to watch Iron Blooded Orphans, but I never had the opportunity to like give it a go, you know. I remember Gundam Exceed was like my first like major Gundam series that I watched. And then like freaking Unicorn Gundam. I forgot which one that one's in, but I do enjoy Unicorn Gundam. Yeah. No, Gundam's pretty cool though. Gundam is quite nifty. Father Nico got upgraded to Uncle Nico. Is father to uncle really an upgrade though? I feel like it'd be better to call me a I feel like it would be better to, oh gosh dang it. The S and the I here got oofed. Balls. Oh, I hate how this design was always like so over the top. Unicorn Gundam is from Gundam Unicorn. Okay, cool. I remember when there was a game that was actually like Overwatch but Gundam mechs. That was fun. That was a lot of fun times. That was a super cool game that I played it for a little while. I didn't really go too hardcore into it as much as I wanted to, but would have preferred it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to officially go live a lot more often on I'm gonna try to go live a lot more on these live streams so I can hopefully get fun. That got canceled. Yeah, it got canceled. It got canceled. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go live a lot more often on TikTok as well as all the other platforms, just because I really want to try my best to, you know, put myself out there, be more engaged, and, you know, make my presence known on more platforms and places. Like I at one point did have a moderately active TikTok community. I did have to do a lot of banning of people very frequently, but you know, I know what I gotta do. I know how to deal with chats. And plus, like, it's a lot easier nowadays because I have a lot better technology to help me keep a track of like who is what, who finds my stream. The weird thing about like TikTok, right, is that like it's weird having videos out there, or like weird like being able to see like how many people have seen the live versus like, you know, chatting in it. So I just gotta be a lot more proficient, you know. Just gotta be more proficient. Gotta make content. Gotta post content. That's a big thing too. Posting content is huge. All right, we're gonna grab that right there. And then Corpus Christi. Do you have a notebook filled with every fact and detail about every chatter? Preferably not. Also, Socks, good to see you, by the way. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you more officially, but welcome in. Welcome to the everything. You know, I'll tell you what, I'm actually kind of surprised a lot of times, like how, like lately TikTok has been giving me a lot more love and attention lately, and I love it. I appreciate it. How I've been able to like have a lot more engagement on post. Cause like for the longest time, chat, I was stuck on the 200 viewer jail, and same thing even on like my Red app stuff. Like I was stuck in the 600 view jail for a very long time, and like to me, if a short or a video goes above 1,000 on any social media platform, I consider that a win, because, you know, to me, there's a certain like what's the word? A certain level that I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Oh, come on now. Let me back in. Let me in. You know, I completely forgot about virtual cameras existing on this app, because I probably could have done my face cam stuff with this. I think what stopped me is like, again, it's just this thing has a really stupid problem. It likes to, for some reason, really pretend that I have no ability to control my stream, or no ability to control my assets. Again, I just TikTok Studio, the app itself is just so, it's finicky as heck. You know, it's extremely finicky. But yeah, I need to give love and attention to those dudes again. And once again, if you guys are newer here to the community, newer here to the stream, welcome on in. Grapesy, good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. Happy to have you here in the stream today. Thanks for saying hello. All right. Chat, it's Thursday, but it feels like Tuesday. Chat, I thought yesterday was like Friday, and I was so ready for the end of the week, but then I was like very, very rudely reminded that that was not gonna happen. That I was not blessed to have I was gonna be not very blessed to have things like why? It was very sad, very not great. All right, so that takes care of that thing there. And if I can make this thing be happy and wonderful to myself, this will be awesome and amazing. Awesome to the max. All right, so then that takes care of this. Boom. Okay, I don't know why that was giving me such issues earlier, but we're good to go now. How you doing? Doing pretty good today, Grapesy. We're currently just in the process right now of just doing some live streams today. We're trying to get some designs going, trying to get some fun work done tonight, And then we're gonna be pretty productive, I think. I have a couple designs I would like to try to get done tonight, or at least further along progress, because ugh, pain in the butt. The TTS was too big. It was too big, bruh. You can't TTS that big, man. You gotta make it smaller. Smaller. Alright, anywho. So we've gotten that. And then let me see here. That takes care of this guy. Good. Nothing's too spread about. Tracking issues are not a problem there. Odd got refunded. Yeah, Wonder. Unfortunately, the TTS tries to prevent people from doing spam / dangerous things, like, because you have an entire paragraph. You probably could get away with doing like partial, or at least not as humongous, if I'm being honest. So yeah, it's mostly to protect the streamer from witnessing people being like, hey, here's like an entire, here's the entire Bible in TTS. And it's like, oh, great. Thanks, bruh. All right. So we need to keep going through this again. So now I think we're almost done with this particular one, actually, now that I think about it. Cool. Yeah, just surfer waves. Hell yeah. All right, and then we got surfer waves. Ew. This one I might be able to make something happen with it, actually. Some teeth removed and having to eat room temp liquid, very soft food, and not being allowed to use straws. You know, I still have my wisdom teeth, but like, I have like mixed results from dentists, right? Like, some dentists have told me, oh, you're gonna want to get those removed, and others are like, oh, you're actually a part of like the rare breed of people who are magically going to not have to worry about having theirs removed. I'm like, awesome. Because I'm not gonna lie, chat, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that level of sadness and pain, if I'm being genuinely honest. I'm not feeling that, honestly. I'm not feeling that one bit. It's kind of yeah, it's unfortunately one of those designs where it's like it doesn't really make sense to make it as is. So unfortunately, Texas is one of those like really small designs. Okay, so we've kind of gotten this to be pretty all right, pretty okay. Nothing crazy there. So we're just gonna grab that, do this. Good God. Oh, chat, I've got such a huge week planned. I've got freaking I've got Poppy's Playtime to do on Saturday. I've got some indie games I want to cover. I've got a lot of video recordings done. I got a lot of video recordings to smash out and do, which is going to be quite intense. A lot of video recording. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a very active week. It's gonna be a very, 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 very active week. Which honestly, I'm kind of up for it, you know. I'm kind of down with it. All right, so then we've gotten this, and this guy, we can grab you from the width. Holy sweet. Yeah, actually the other day I was trying to debate if I whether wanted to do like a different type of game for like the night streams this weekend, and it's like been all over the place, you know. And I'll tell you what, it's been very fun, like just seeing like all the cool things that have been going around and messing up, you know. Like I've been very much appreciating and enjoying the recent vibes I've been allowed to have, you know. Very thankful, very, very thankful for that. All right, so we're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna go 6 points on the bleed. All right, got that there. Beautiful. Bam.
Jealousy, hate, shame, we are endless. Harassed by days long gone, and our supposedly bright future is wasted on cleaning up the mistakes of our foolish past. McGillis Fareed.
McGillis Fareed. Well, thank you for the TTS there, Wonder. Appreciate that. See if we can fix like one more little thing here. Let's see if I can't fix this up here real fast. Shibbity-doo. Gotta get all these bits and bobs going. Yeah, we got the chat box in there. All right, hopefully that's not going to be too over the top. Okay. Yeah, I think we got that working now. I really do need to like spend time to like actually like I need to like spend like a burner stream and try to get like a TikTok Studio to actually like be proper and nice to me. 'Cause I do not like how TikTok Studio works, man. I keep saying it, chat, but I'm gonna say it till the end of my days because ugh is all I can say, ladies and gentlemen. Ugh is all I can say. All right, so we've gotten that to work here. And then surfer waves. Hiya. Yeah, I thought about doing that, but Seven, my man, good to see you and thank you for sharing the live. Hope you're doing happy, healthy, and well, you retro magnificent king, you. Thank you for sharing the live over on the T app. Just gonna call it the T app. I don't know what to call it, chat. Like, we got red app, purple app, green app. What the hell do you call the bike dance app? Oh, Mr. Gamer, man, I'll tell you what. There is so many shenanigans, bro. Tell you what. All right, anywho, so we finished up that. So now we're gonna go ahead and do what is known as our pre-print check of the day. So yeah, now we're just gonna go ahead and pull these things up here, make sure they look right and read well, and then hopefully nothing stupid's gonna go about, you know? Hopefully nothing stupid. All right, anywho. So let's see here.
We just need to keep moving forward. As long as we don't stop, the road will continue. I'm not stopping. As long as you all don't stop, I'll be at the end waiting for you. So hear me well. Don't you ever stop, Orga Itsuka.
Huh. Interesting comment. Interesting quote there. All right, so we've gotten that to work as is. So yeah, Corpus Christi, Texas. That's really the 3-line version's not gonna help, I think. It's just too much space. This is one of those like really annoying, really annoying bits and bobs. So yeah, that's how it goes, you know. Ooh, my nose. My nose. Ow. Nose hurts. The road is basically the afterlife. All right, take care of that one. Corpus Christi, Texas. Corpus Christi. Cool. All right, so we got that done there. Looks all right and fine. And then we're gonna go 23,562 is set for print. And then gonna grab you, make you that person, go to that person, boopity boopity. And then we gotta go to the other side of the world here. The other monitor. The other monitor. All right, and somewhere in here. Somewhere amongst all these files. All right, and then 563. Nope, 63. So 63 is there. 562. So what we're doing right now is we're basically gonna be moving around the designs that we just worked on earlier, and we're gonna be trying to push them into a different thing because I would like to make sure that that is good. And then we got sunset waves and surfer waves. All right. So now we gotta convert these things, and oh, that reminds me, I gotta convert this thing into a magnet, but one of the designs is gonna make my computer crash. No, I don't like it. I don't like it, mates. Let's do this one. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute. All right. So we're gonna we're gonna try to process this series of stuff, and we're gonna give it a go because yeah. Take care of that guy there. Was that JFK? I don't believe so. I'm very confident that was not JFK. Got some nice little calm vibe music going on today. There we go. That way it's not, hopefully I'm not too loud. Like I'm still trying to get used to this whole shtick. Okay. All right. So that'll be just fine for the most part. And then I wonder if I can add a thingy here. There's gonna be a thing for like a likes thing. Trying to think what I want to do here. Oh, is this thing still processing? Holy crap, it is. All right, well, that's annoying. How the fuck these? How do I spell pedals? I don't remember how to spell the word pedals. Why not? Just say that we did. Let's see here. Definitely a lot more interesting little bits and bobs there. Nice. Yeah, I'll have to like genuinely take some time to just try to do better about getting involved with people again on these sorts of things. Like the funny thing with like the T app is that I have to kind of remember like how to engage like an audience that I've only ever done like one type of thing with before. Thank God there's a virtual camera.
If you just did nothing because you thought it wouldn't help, then you'd end up doing less than nothing, for nothing would change and nothing would end. Kira Yamato.
Interesting quote right there. Nifty, nifty. I have one more quote before I stop. Right on, man. Well, thank you for sharing the quotes with us today. I really do appreciate it. You know, I do, and like I said, I actually kind of do miss the Gundam series, because like I used to watch it. I used to like watch it like semi-religiously back in the day, but I just haven't had time to like actually like dive into it and be like, oh yeah. Oh my God, this design is holding me hostage right now. Ugh. I'm trying to rasterize all these points, but Jesus Christ, it's taking forever. Oh well. Hopefully we'll get lucky. Hopefully we'll get some love and attention here. It's still going. Oh yeah, no, this thing's currently trying to process a couple like 100,000 points of art. So like, yeah, it's unfortunately gonna be a bit, so.
When a man strays from the right path, a kind man needs the courage to raise his fist and correct him. Jamil Neat, After War Gundam X. That all I have for quotes.
Well, thank you for the quotes. I thought they were really cool, very interesting, and very awesome. All right. So while this thing's taking a million years, I'm going to take some time to gonna try my hand at modifying and fixing up my stuff here, because I am gonna make my studio app a little less cluttered with garbage, because we don't need garbage, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need no garbage. And the nice thing is, now that I remembered that virtual cameras have a function, is that I can use one thing to make another thing work. Because I only need one source. I only need one source to keep all this stuff active. Hell yeah. We love it. All right, and then we don't need to worry about the daily question. The nice thing is actually we'll get rid of a lot of my my pre-setups, because I was afraid initially that I was gonna have a lot more necessities to get these streams working, but now that I just need to do like a virtual camera, oh yeah, easy. I don't have to worry about cluttering my browser sources anymore. Oh lordy hallelujah. What in the H? I keep forgetting my cat's next to me, chat. Like, she's over here like cleaning herself. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a cat still. I always forget that my cat just like hangs out and just chills with me on days like this. All right, so while that's processing still, it'll eventually get done. We're gonna go ahead and just grab you. What's up, Dragon? Good to see you, bro. Welcome into the stream, and thank you for the hydration. Appreciate ya. Oh man. But yeah, chat, like I said, so my current goal for this week is I'm gonna be trying my best to get a lot more projects done. I'm gonna be working on recording Poppy's Playtime this weekend. I'm gonna be working on getting a bunch of other things, because Poppy's Playtime is gonna be my biggest preferable goal this weekend. I'm gonna start that early and just marathon the hell out of that game. I'm going to try and do some indie games on Sunday, which I'm kind of excited about, doing some indie coverage on Sunday to kind of get myself out there and earning some more money, because I really do need it. I really want to try to earn my keep, do better about making better quality content. Because like I've earned a new concept for myself to be able to try to earn more money doing stuff, and I do want to try my best at making that kind of thing happen. So, and I'm glad to see that doing streams on this is not going to mess with my my stream quality. So yeah, so gonna be great. And I know that when we do officially play, I feel like maybe I should just keep Poppy's Playtime to VTuber, because I technically have done that series as a VTuber, and I might as well finish it as a VTuber. So gotta do it. Oh dear God Almighty. All right, chat. Well, it looks like this program is either crashing or it's just so unbelievably thick that I'm just gonna, because like we've been waiting for about 5 minutes and I can't even tell if it's processing it. Like it doesn't seem frozen. It's just that there's just so much, which kinda blows. Yeah. Damn, I wasn't expecting this to be broken, but apparently I'm not cool enough, I guess, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not cool enough, I guess. Well, it's progressing. That's the biggest thing, Chad. It is at least progressing through its little bar here tonight. So, yeah. But yeah, at the very least, I am gonna do what I can to kind of hopefully get through this project a little faster, a little more legitimately. So, yeah. Oh man. It is kind of exciting though to officially be back on TikTok again, though, to try to hopefully make usage of all my other platforms that I stream on, because, you know, I do want to try to make my presence on platforms apparent. Because I mean, I already post and publish content here every day. Like the three platforms that I'm streaming on right now are the platforms that I make content almost every day, or at least I make good quality content in my opinion every day. So yeah, gotta make that happen. Gotta make that happen, chat. So, oh my lord, why are you like this? I just want you to be nice to me, preferably, please. Goodness gracious. Well, that's how it goes into the day. I was hoping that this like rasterizing was not going to take like a million years, but apparently I'm just having a bad day. We're gonna have a bad time. We're gonna have a bad time. Oh well. That is the way it goes, you know. Inigo, you left your cigarettes at the bar last night. Damn. Damn, Ben. I can't imagine. The cigarettes? You mean my candy cigarettes? Imagine. Bend over, Junior. No, Junior, don't do it. Oh, Lord. God damn, this design's actually gonna probably hold me hostage today, chat, which kind of sucks, because I was really hoping to be able to finish this project, but I guess we're just gonna let that go during our lunch break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and pals, we are gonna go ahead and take a, what are we downloading? We're not downloading, actually. We're currently converting a vector image into a rasterized image for a client customer. Unfortunately, due to the complexity of the design, it is taking me now 10 minutes to get about halfway through the rasterization process. So I think we're gonna be stuck here for a while, which is honestly a pretty good time. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you guys all so much for being here today. Thank you guys all for watching the lives. Thank you guys for the likes, the subs, the follows, and everything else in between. I want to thank you guys all for being awesome individuals. We will not be doing a night stream today, as I have some side hustles on Thursday, as we like to do. But guys, be awesome, be amazing, and be well. I will catch you guys all on the next upcoming stream. But as always, though, be amazing. We'll see you guys all on the next one. Adios, sayonara, and goodbye.